Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub, Pub Sports Radio, Friday, December 30. Ian Cameron, Dutch Boy Fresh, TROT Wham, Skee Profit in a moment as well. We're ready to break down the Friday NBA card. We've got 9 games on the docket tonight. Let's get to it, starting with Miami and Indiana. The Pacers, 5.5-point home favorites, 206 the total in this game. The Miami Heat, certainly we've had to keep an eye on multiple injuries with this team for the last few games, and it's definitely made an impact on their performance. Back-to-back home losses against the Denver Nuggets and the Cleveland Cavaliers, 120-111, 111-85. They got just destroyed by Cleveland a couple of nights ago, and still some injury concerns. Jimmy Butler out, Bam Adebayo out for the Heat once again tonight, and of course Bam's going to be out for at least 6 weeks, so not going to see him back anytime soon. The good news is Hero, who's been in and out lately, will play once again. He had 21 points against the Cavs in that blowout loss. So we are talking about a shorthanded Heat team just a little bit tonight, but they are playing an Indiana team that I just flat out do not trust right now at this point in time. The Pacers have lost 3 in a row to the Bucks, the Timberwolves, and the Hawks. They got blown out at home. Not really blown out. Indiana made it close at the end, but Atlanta was in control most of that game, and Atlanta ends up holding on for the 114-111 victory in that game. You know, even with the shorthanded situation with the Heat at the moment, you would think they're really going to come into this one focused, concerted effort. They do have a game with the Bucks tomorrow night. That would be your small concern in Milwaukee. Is this a look ahead? But it's a real tough one for me. I mean, do I love the prospects of laying or taking Miami here? No, with a shorthanded team. But do I want to lay 5.5 with Indiana? Absolutely not. So I would still lean Miami plus the points, even without Bam and even without Jimmy Butler tonight. After 2 straight losses, you would think there's some focus on the Heat to get back on track tonight against a struggling Pacers outfit. We got Skee with us here now, joining us. Thanks for joining us, Skee, NBA Pub Hub here. Miami, Indiana, first game, Skee. What do you like?
I'm not going to play this game probably for the same reasons as you. I'm just trying to get an update on the injury report. I see McConnell out, Holiday out. I mean, the only way to play this game is Pacers. So I know already I don't want to take the Heat on the road, and Heat banged up. I already say they're top heavy, and I don't like it. So I think the Pacers are the play. It's just I can't play them myself, but they've been better offensively, defensively. They've been a better rebounding team over the last 5 games, and it hurts to not have McConnell running the bench, but I still think they'll get it done.
All right, what do you think here, Dutch, with Heat Pacers?
Yeah, real quick, salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. You know it's Fresh Friday. Got that fresh LA Kush cake in the plane. Yeah, man. Got the fresh motherfucking Lakers hat. You already know what time it is. Hey, be sure to hit the motherfucking like button like I'm hitting this Planet LA Kush, and I get you right where you need to motherfucking be. Yeah, man. This game, back with this motherfucker. Shout out to THC RZA. Shout out to Mark, Nick, all y'all motherfuckers. Appreciate y'all. Clear backwood. I would lean Pacers, to be honest with you, but I'm not betting this bitch.
Yeah, so we got a lean Pacers, not betting it from Skee, a lean Pacers, not betting it from Dutch. I'm a lean Heat, but probably not betting it. Wham, what about you?
Yeah, it's a backwood for sure. I ain't gonna waste too much of you guys' time here, but I would say I do expect, with all those guys maybe out, I do expect Karis LeVert to bounce back, maybe over the threes here. Miami is allowing the 3rd most 3-point attempts, 3-point makes over the last 5 games at 14.6. I would go that direction, but it's kind of tough. The reason why I didn't lock it in is because this Indiana team shooting 23%, 27% from 3 over the last 3 games. Kind of don't want to touch this game. I can see either way win.
All right, we have next game, Cleveland, Washington. Wizards 3-point home favorites, 208.5 being the total in this game. The Wizards 14-8 on the year. They've been one of the pleasant surprises. 8-2 on their home court. They had a bounce back victory against Minnesota in their last game, 115-107 on Wednesday night, following a loss to San Antonio on the road. Wizards looking to win 2 in a row here against this Cleveland team that, look, I mean, Cleveland just keeps on rewarding people that back them on a nightly basis. 5 straight point spread covers for the Cavs going into this game, hung tough and right toe-to-toe with Brooklyn, toe-to-toe with Phoenix as well for the Cavaliers, and then the 3 straight wins since then against Orlando, Dallas, and Miami. Shorthanded Miami, of course, 2 nights ago, but still nice win for Cleveland. I lean Cleveland here, plus the points. I mean, just not a team I'm looking to lay points against right now. The Cleveland Cavaliers. They've been solid. They've been able to find ways to win games. They've been ultra competitive. Even without Colin Sexton, who's going to be done for the rest of the year. The other players in the backcourt have stepped up. I've liked the game from Garland's really taken on more of an onus to be strong. Leading it from the point spot. Mobley and Allen are now back. The front court duo is intact right now for the Cleveland Cavaliers at the moment, and I think they've got a pretty good matchup here. And you still do have some injuries for Washington with Aaron Holiday, Bryant, and of course Hachimura still out for them going into this game. Look, I like Washington the way they're playing, but you're not going to see me looking to go against Cleveland when they're underdogs. They've just been outstanding in this point spread role, and I would look to Cleveland in this game once again. What do you think, Skee? Cavs, Wizards?
Yeah, I don't really like Washington. And you mentioned the guys out. They're 3-6 against the spread their last 9 games. And just looking at last 5 game stats, Wizards bottom 10 defensive rated team, Cavs top 5. So I like that. Cavs are the number 1 rebounding team over the last 5 games. I like that. And I don't understand why they're still a dog. All they do is cover. I know they've covered their last 5. They maybe even did more than that. I know they're 8-3 as a road dog, and I think it's a double up spot. Like you go first half and full game. I look at the Cavaliers 7-3, their last 10 first halves, and the Wizards, I think they're 3-7, their last 10 first half. So I like the Cavs today.
All right, Cavs double up here. First half, which is currently at plus 1.5, plus 2, or you can go full game plus 3 pretty much across the board. Dutch, Cleveland, Washington.
You're muted, bro.
He doesn't usually do that.
Nah, yeah. Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy, Daryl the Hook. Said Cheshire with the donation cap. Yeah, man. Super sticker. Yeah, appreciate you. Man, I appreciate the kind words as well. Man, I pretty much think everything that went that my guy Skee said. Shout out to my guy Skee too, going 3-0 yesterday. It wasn't on the show, but it's a beautiful thing. I do owe him a hen dog because the Knicks came all the way back and still fucked that shit off. God damn it. But we pay our best,
Got our hopes up and crushed it.
Yeah, I told Skee, I texted him, I said, man, I didn't get my hopes up, motherfucker. They just wanted you to sweat a little bit. But I can't lie, though. When they went up 1 in the fourth quarter, I was like, oh, shit, we got a chance. But, man, quickly died down. But, yeah, man, I think you missed the number a little bit if you didn't want the Cavs at this time. I still believe there's value there a little bit. But, yeah, Cavs first half full game. I think that's the only way you can really look.
All right, Wham.
Yeah, I'm thinking that this is going to be a Darius Garland showcase here. He's going to ball out, so I would look towards him in the props. But I'm agreeing with Skee as well. I did take the Cavs plus 160 last night on the money line. Also split that and the unit because it was plus 4. It's only right, bro. Only right. So I took the 4 on that one there. But I like Darius Garland here. If you missed out on the number here, I say Darius Garland should eat tonight. Maybe even a double-double. I'm going to sprinkle at plus 400. But I think he goes over 7.5 assists. That's the best bet there at plus 136. That's the way I would go.
We ain't mad at Jared Allen, but I'm easing on these props right now, so I ain't going to really, unless you ask me about him, I ain't really going to talk about him. But Jared Allen, you can't be mad at that. I know someone would be like, you didn't bet Jared Allen? But, yeah, he rebounds, points and rebounds. I ain't mad at it.
Off top.
All right, we got Philly and Atlanta. Good Eastern Conference battle here. The Sixers and Hawks. We got Atlanta minus 1.5, 2-point home favorites, 216 the total. As usual, very reluctant to go against Atlanta in the house. 8-2 straight up, 7-3 against the spread at home, and they're in a price range here where they just pretty much have to win the game to cover. But Philly, starting to get healthier. They've got Embiid back. I cashed in with them against Boston the other night, +3. They lost by a point. So we'll take it. It was close call. Definitely a sweat at the end, but we got there with Philly plus the points the other night. Embiid back has helped, although Tobias Harris for the Philadelphia 76ers, a little bit of an illness going into the game tonight, may or may not play. Game time decision right now for Philadelphia, and he missed the shoot-around today. So that might be a little bit of a telltale sign that he may not go. Not confirmed, but when you're missing the shoot-around, that's usually sometimes a sign that you're not going to be able to be out there on the floor for this game for Philadelphia tonight. So that does concern me. I do kind of lean Philly. I do think there's some residual value with them now because they kind of went through their lumps a little bit with the B squad. They didn't play well. They were losing games. They were failing against the number. Now they're starting to get healthier, and I think you're going to start to see them have a better chance to win games and cover, but it does hurt having no Harris. I still lean Philly, but I'm probably going to pass this one overall. Lean under as well. Skee, what do you think? Philly, Atlanta.
I like Atlanta at home. We all do. And I don't want Philly on the road. I think it's been like that for a while. And who was that you were talking about? Was that Tobias Harris that's missing the shoot around? Okay.
Yep, Tobias, yep.
Okay. I think, especially if he misses, Atlanta, they have a couple guys out. Like they're missing a few wing players, Hunter, Reddish, Bogdanovich. But I just think this is a game where they don't really matter as much, like looking at the matchups. And Capella versus Embiid, Trae Young versus Maxey. I like the Hawks at home here, and you pretty much had to pick them. Like they just got to win this game, Dutch. So give me the Hawks, and they got the rest advantage. They've only played they played 2 games in 6 days compared to whatever Philly's been doing. I like Atlanta to continue having success.
Yeah, I'll say this: we were concerned on Wednesday's show about no Bogdanovich, no Reddish. No Hunter for Atlanta against Indiana, and Atlanta still went into Indiana and pretty much led the game from start to finish. Now, either that's a great job by Atlanta or just fucking pathetic by Indiana. I think it's a little bit of both, if you ask me. But nevertheless, that was impressive by Atlanta to win and play such a good game on the road against the Pacers without those guys. And they're all out again tonight, but they showed they could overcome it. They're back home here, so we'll see if they can once again find a way to get the dub without 3 pretty key players, impactful players to this team. What do you think here, Dutch, with Philly, Atlanta?
Yeah, definitely. They impressed me, against the Pacers. Took my motherfucking money and impressed me at the same damn time. Shout out to is that Rishi for the $5 dono making our motherfucking bookies homeless. Yeah, man, I could dig that. Shout out to our guy. Appreciate you. Be sure to hit the like button. Everybody in the chat. My guy Net Bets. Yeah, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate the love. Ray Charles. Everybody in the chat. Take one moment. Hit the motherfucking like button. Let's get to that hundo. That's Mando. We like to do that live. Yeah, man. This game, I like the Hawks. Pretty much everything Skee said, the extra rest. To follow up on it, the Hawks did lose this game at Philly. Remember, we had it was the revenge spot a little bit. Philly got in that ass, beat them by 28, October 30th. Young had 13 and 10 in that game. 5 of 16 from the field, minus 23. Not very good for Mr. Trey. They're actually led in scoring by Cam Reddish with 16. I know he's missed out. I want Cam out there. I know they did play well. Herder has been playing lights out. Lou's getting Lemon Pepper Lou's getting a little bit of minutes going there, getting his legs under him. Gallo's playing solid. And we've seen DeLon Wright sighting last game as well. So, hey, I'm not mad at it. Solomon Hill, I believe, is getting a little bit of minutes. We need John Collins. John Collins, the whole fucking team had a bad game when Cam Reddish leads the team with 16. Now, they did out-rebound them by 12. Good sign. They turned the ball over 19 times. Obviously, I expect them to take care of the ball a little bit better at the house. And they allowed Philly to shoot 53% from the field. I don't see that happening again. If you're watching Philly, yeah, they covered, and I'm glad they did for you, my guy Ian Last, but they didn't play a very good basketball game. That was a shit show, a bum fight between the Celtics and the Sixers, and I'm glad you were on the right side. But the Sixers are 1-3 straight up in their last 4, 2-4 straight up in their last 6. They're getting guys in and out of the rotation. Their wins have came against the Kings and the fucking Magic. They failed to reach 100 points 3 out of the last 4 games. To me, it's a clear Hawk spot. We know they're good at the house with 20. What is it? They're 4-1 ATS last 5 on 1 day's rest, and they're 22-1 ATS last 26 at the house. Clear Hawk spot for me, man. Let me hear the motherfucker. Let me hear the Hawk call, bro. There we go. Yeah, man. I'm feeling real good.
Now we're feeling good. A little Hawk in your life is never a bad thing. That's for sure. Wham.
Well, I'm gonna take a Hawk prop, so maybe I need that call as well. I like the Trae Young over 2.5 threes again. We got it on the last time. It's not plus money there as well, but I like it at minus 118. My guy does kind of alluded to it. He had a bad game against this team last time out, but he's on a 5-game 30+ point streak right now, so he's popping it here, and he's getting over this total with ease. I'm not sure why they don't have it at minus 146. That's where I would think they would put it here. But being at minus 118, minus 120 in some spots, I think that's still enough value here for us to take advantage of the over 2.5 threes for Trae Young. And I do agree here. This Phoenix team, this Philadelphia team, even though they've been winning games, they only won on about an average margin of about 2.3 points per game, and that's including a 5-point win against Orlando, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not really that good as far as what you're seeing from Philadelphia. I don't like the way Doc is coaching down the stretch, and they're not that good against the paint. I mean, this team, the Hawks, they're not good at defending the paint, but these guys are ranked 28th over the last 5 games in scoring in the paint, so they're not going to be able to take advantage of that, in my opinion. So I think that is a Hawk spot, but I'm going to stay away from it, knowing that Philly is not that good shooting the three late recently. I'm going to stick with Trae Young over 2.5 threes.
Yeah, man. Hey, real quick, Ian. This is Glamber's first glance. Shout out to our guy Razor. It's the Sixers.
Yeah, it's the Sixers.
Okay, yeah.
I can understand that because the line is kind of short, you know. But Embiid, he ain't been playing too good since he came back from COVID.
He looked out of shape. I was mad. I dropped 23 on that 23 and a half. I thought it'd be easy going off numbers, going off that 42. He ain't got no lift on his jumper. By the fourth quarter, he looked like 55% really out there. No energy, bro. He's not in NBA shape. We'll say that. Plus, Sixers 2-7 ATS last 9 in Atlanta. They don't do well in ATL, baby.
And the Hawks are number 2 in 3-point percentage too. Think about that, bro. They've been hot.
Yeah. They just got to get them up. They don't have that many attempts, so they gotta start shooting some more threes, knocking them down.
If you're making them, shoot more.
Right. Yeah, they're knocking them down. They're just not shooting enough. My bad.
That's right. The volume should increase when you're feeling it from 3. Take more of them. It makes sense to do that. Minnesota, Brooklyn. We got Brooklyn 7.5-point home favorites. 222 the total in this game. I like Minnesota with the points here, to be honest. I don't love the spot for Brooklyn. Big win over the Knicks, national TV the other night, and they got the Bulls on deck tomorrow night, back-to-back for them. Now they got Minnesota tonight in between those 2 games. I could see this one, just get the win and move on. And even if that's the case, if they feel that way, I think the way Minnesota's played lately, they're good enough maybe to compete with this Nets team. They've played better. They're off a loss to Washington a couple nights ago, but I think they come back strong. Now I know Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns are on the injury list, but I think they're both going to play. I expect both to play. Edwards is probable with the illness that he's battling. Karl Anthony Towns, he's got a back issue, but he was involved in the shoot around earlier today. So that's a telltale sign for me that Karl Anthony Towns, the big cat, is going to be in the lineup tonight for the Timberwolves. I like them with the points here. I wouldn't disagree, I should say, with the total going up. Brooklyn's starting to go to that over pace again. They've gone over the total in 5 of their last 6 games. You look at Minnesota, 4th in the NBA the last 3 games in possessions. So they've played a little faster. Minnesota the last 3. The offense has been good. The defense has been, not great, I guess you could say, for the Timberwolves the last few games either. So the total going up does make sense to me. And when you look at last meeting, it was it was a higher total, I believe, and it stayed under, but it was 127.97, and it went over. It would have gone over this total, with where it is right now, 222.5. So I like the T-Wolves and the over here in this matchup. What do you like, Skee? Minnesota and Brooklyn?
Yeah, I don't really want to play this game because Brooklyn hasn't been covering lately. They could win this game and still not cover. Minnesota's been playing better defense, and if Cat's in the game, they could still be up there in the boards too. Because Brooklyn is not that Brooklyn against good centers. I don't trust them. That's pretty much how I feel. And Minnesota's been winning and covering. It's just I could only look Minnesota, or maybe I look towards an under because. On the season, number 1 and number 2 3-point defenses. So those are the 2 ways I think to look: Minnesota or under.
Brooklyn 26th in rebounding rate in the country. That tells you all you need to know. It's the perfect point that Skee made there about the not trusting the centers. 26th right now in the NBA, and that total rebounding percentage category, aka rebounding rate. They're 26th right now in the NBA, Brooklyn. So not good in that regard. Dutch, what do you think here? Timberwolves Nets.
Yeah, shout out to 1777. I got Nathan. Joe Chris with the 6-1. Yeah, there's the Wolves 6-1 ATS last 7 meetings. I got that written down here too. Good stat, my guy. Yes, they play well against Brooklyn. Obviously, different names on the back. But the Wolves are 7-3 ATS last 10. Won 7 of the last 9 games. Pretty much, you said, Ian. Everything Skee said make me feel like why have I not bet the Wolves yet? To be honest with you,
Injury report.
Yeah, okay. Well, let me finish, motherfucker. Yeah, man. Yeah, you're right.
That being said, I think the guys
Remember, I'm
we're
high as a
concerned about are
motherfucker over
going to
here.
play.
Yeah.
I think the guys we're concerned about are going to play, Edwards and Cat.
If you recall, I did reach out. I believe it said I was still in the Wolves, but I do like the Wolves. I just was waiting to see the question marks, obviously, on quite a few illnesses, but everyone seemed like to play. But me, tailbone with Towns is all I really give a fuck about. I need him out there, and I need him a good go. Because Big Cat be eating. But yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at that. I stayed off the last game and still hit. I'm gonna ease up on the props, but Big Cat will eat versus you name it down there. They don't have it. I know Claxton, they're bringing Claxton back up. They're trying to do whatever they can down low. But Skee mentioned it. The reliability not only on rebounding down low, but as well on defense. So I would only look the Wolves here.
Although you could always have the situation like we saw in Toronto last night with the Bucks and the Raptors, with Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns from Minnesota tonight, where they actually do show up for the shoot around before the game, and then all of a sudden, nope, don't feel good. Can't play. That was with Yanni last night for the Bucks against the Raptors. So
yeah, did they have anybody on deck? Yes, I felt the Giannis. I touched on that on Jimmy's show. I felt the Giannis shit coming. Do they have anybody? Because they have Miami on deck on a back-to-back. Minnesota, do they play tomorrow?
Minnesota does. Do they play tomorrow? They do not. They're off till December. They're off till Monday.
Yeah, I actually think they had quite a little break, right? Yeah. So I mean, I expect them to go.
Yeah, I do too. So that's why I like Minnesota here and over the total. All right, Wham.
Yeah, I think this is a consensus play. I definitely agree with everything you guys were saying there. I think if those guys are in the lineup, this line is definitely going to move, maybe even 5.5 with those guys being announced in, and so much points, so much production, so much usage for Ant Edwards there. But like you said, I think he's going to play. Which the question is, Cat going to play? I think so as well. Like you guys mentioned, they're not going to play until a few days from now, so they're going to have a few days off here. Only way I could look here as far as the total, though, is probably over, though. I don't think there's going to be that much defense being played here, especially down low. Without, like you said, Claxton being rushed back in off of COVID. They don't give a fuck about this dude health or anything. They just had him doing out there one game in the G League and throw him right back out there to the Wolves. So he might be food out there down low. I think that they'll be able to take advantage of Minnesota. So I would lean Minnesota. It's not something I bet yet, though.
All right, we go on to Orlando and Houston. Houston 2.5-point home favorites, 217 the total in this game. Don't look now, the Rockets 4-0 straight up, 4-0 against the spread. Chicago, Charlotte, back-to-back wins against OKC for the Rockets. You know what's impressive about Houston, I guess somewhat impressive at least. You look at the lineup, Jalen Green hasn't played, the last few games, and he's ruled out again tonight. Kevin Porter's playing through a thigh injury. He played through it the other night against OKC, had a double-double still. Not a great offensive night. You wonder if that's affecting his shooting. He only had 13 points against OKC the other night, but he's played through the thigh issue, and KPJ is questionable tonight against this Orlando team. The Magic definitely, obviously, you would think that they're a better team with Cole Anthony, and that's at least more competitive, and that seems to be the case. 2 games now. And they covered against Philly. They won outright as underdogs against Denver, 108-103 in their last game. And Cole Anthony, very impressive in that victory over the Nuggets with a 24-point shooting performance in that game for him. So very impressive, 10 of 21 in terms of percentage. So a good shooting night for Anthony. They're happy to have his offense back. I would lean over because of that, because I think you're going to see Orlando now, with their offense definitely a little bit better. And that game went over the total. I was on that Denver-Orlando over the other night. That's the way I would lean here. I don't want to lay points still with Houston in a game like this, especially with Orlando playing better, but I'm not rushing to fade Houston in their little 4-game win streak either, and cover streak for that matter. So just the over for me in this game, nothing on the side. What do you think here, Skee, with Orlando-Houston?
I know they were able to get it done when KPJ got hurt before, but I think they need him. Like he's somebody they really need out there, and he was a big reason why they were playing better. So how banged up he is, if he's not out there, I have to look towards the Magic. They've covered 6 of their last 9, and I just think Houston doesn't even really want to win games anyway. So not that Orlando does either, but I just don't trust the Rockets without KPJ. That's just all I can say.
Yeah, to me, it's take the points or pass. Yeah, as well. I'm not ready to lay 2.5, 3 with Houston. Houston, keep in mind during the streak here, dogs against Chicago, dogs against Charlotte, 2-point dogs at OKC. There was the one game they were 2.5-point favorites at home against OKC. They did cover, but I like the way Orlando's playing the last, I'd say, week more than OKC. So there's hesitancy for me to lay points with Houston here for sure. I agree with that. Dutch, what do you think?
Yeah, shout out to our guy Robert Cherry, liking Sabonis. Viper said unwatchable game, but Zachary said it best, man. This is a top tier backwood. So you already know backwood this motherfucker. Yeah, man.
All right. What do you think here, Wham?
Yeah, I like Christian Wood if he's playing in this game. If he's going to play in this game, he'd probably go up. I might go back to the well with Wendell Carter. He's been letting me down with the double-double, bro, but he's fucking a rebounding machine. He didn't get the rebounds last game. What the hell? He's averaging about 12 rebounds at the house and only gets 8. So only 2 rebounds short from cashing 2 plus 200. So it kind of makes me want to double back on it, but I haven't did it yet, so it is a backwood.
All right.
I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
Or like, do you see an opener, like an opening number for the spread for that Atlanta game?
The one tomorrow?
No, today. The Hawks.
Today the Hawks. The opening line on the Atlanta game was I got it at -2.
I got 1.5 last night.
Yeah. So I don't understand. I mean, Razor saying reverse line movement. The line is the same.
Actually, it opened 1.5, then it went to 1, 1.5, 1, 1.5. I'm looking at the line history. It bounced back and forth. 1, 1.5, went up to 2, back down to 1.5, up to 2, back down to 1.5.
Once Tobias was announced out, it jumped to 2. It was 1.5 last night. Pretty much
2-way action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. It opened 1, 1.5, and it went to 2, back to 1.5, up to 2. It's been back and forth.
That's what I thought too. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't seeing different stuff.
Yeah, that's what I've seen anyway. New Orleans and Dallas. We've got Dallas 6.5-point home favorites here, 216 the total in this one. Yeah, I don't hate the money coming in on New Orleans here. I mean, I know Dallas is the better of these two teams, but they just beat the living shit out of the Pelicans the other night, 139-107. They're playing tomorrow night against Memphis at home. Is there really all hands on deck? If they're up big again tonight, do they take everybody out with another game tomorrow night? Whereas New Orleans doesn't play again until Sunday at Houston. Now, it's a bad New Orleans team, but let's not forget prior to the shellacking they took at the hands of the Mavericks on Wednesday night, they beat the Clippers outright as underdogs. They beat Utah on the road, although Utah paid them back the next game, and they beat Washington as underdogs. And they've been just a little small bit of improvement the last few games for New Orleans. Josh Hart is the main injury concern for them. Knee injury, questionable. He missed the game against Dallas. That's 11.1 points per game, 6.3 rebounds per game out of the lineup. If Josh Hart doesn't play tonight for New Orleans, that means a lot would fall on the shoulders of Big Valanciunas, Brandon Ingram, and Graham. In theory, this should be a good matchup for JV and Big Val here against this Dallas front court. Now, he only had 6 points, 5 rebounds in that game the other night, 139-107, but only 25 minutes on the floor because of it being a blowout. He didn't play a whole lot. I think it's JV prop night tonight. I think New Orleans comes up with a better effort. This is still a good matchup against that weakened Dallas front court for him. So over points for JV is definitely something I'm interested in. And from a side perspective, Pelicans are pass for me. I know Dallas beat the hell out of them last game, but I don't trust the focus to be there from this Mavericks team. One night it's there, one night it's not. And they're playing Memphis tomorrow night. And that game might be more a concern here for Jason Kidd and company. So the money's come in on New Orleans, and I don't disagree with that. What do you think here, Skee, New Orleans, Dallas?
Yeah, I'm not well, actually, Dallas has covered 6 of their last 9, but I'm not into laying just kind of points with Dallas. It's just, I don't know. They haven't proven themselves to be that kind of team for me. They don't defend the 3 well, and they don't rebound well. So, my bad. So I don't trust them pretty much. So I'd have to look towards the Pelicans. Pelicans are fairly healthy, and I see a couple guys who could eat on the offensive end. So Pelicans plus, only way I would play this one.
All right, Dutch.
I don't know who just asked that question about the Mavericks. I forget the name already, but yeah, the Mavericks. I I'm not gonna say they're a bad team, but they're not as good as team as they should be. That's the best way I can answer your question, bro. This right here is James Little, my guy. Yeah, this to me, yeah. You got something to say about that, Will?
Nah, bro. This is no. I was just gonna. I'll cut it short too, man. This is probably gonna be a backwood for both of us.
Yeah. I
think that's
do want to bet the Pelicans. I do, bro. Like
I do too, though.
It's exotic.
Yeah, it's exotic like a motherfucker. Bro.
Yeah.
It's that 33% KK or some shit in that bitch. Like, just one time, let me hit it, because I believe Daryl is on the first quarter. I'm not mad at that first half. You beat a team by 32 fucking points. The Pelicans have some NBA talent on that team. Right. You would think you would get it, but yeah, man, I'm not gonna put my money on it. So I'd probably talk too much already.
But no, I agree with Ian though, saying that Big Val is going to bounce back. And you think about it, this is the first half of a back-to-back for the Mavs, so that's the reason why you sit Porzingis. Just as he's been efficient, he's been killing on threes. We was talking about that, I believe, a few games ago as well. But again, man, if I think they're going to cover the 7.5, I think they may win the game outright, honestly. So maybe a little sprinkle on the money line, just enjoy this damn game, something like that. That's the only way I probably fuck with this.
Someone in the chat, I can't no way I can pronounce their fucking name. Started with a PH though. They said Pelicans money line easy. I'm like, okay, they feel themselves.
I feel them on that.
I don't hate it, to be honest with you. I just don't trust Dallas. They just beat this team up big time. They've got a game tomorrow night. I don't trust them to just be rolling in this game against the Pelicans. And you think the Pelicans got to bring something a lot better tonight after kind of embarrassing themselves the other night. And they're not going to shoot the way they did. Someone brought up the shooting numbers for the Dallas Mavericks in that game. That's definitely way better than they usually shoot, like 53% from three again. 69%. Are you kidding me? 57.
That was a franchise record set back in 1983. Yeah. Bro, they ain't doing that shit again.
I like beating teams off a shooting night like that, an anomaly, a statistical anomaly like that, like what Dallas had 2 nights ago. So
41-23 first quarter, bro.
And let's work on that name, PH. Come on, you can do better, bro. Nice, good, strong takes. Let's do it. Let's get a better name, bro.
That's good takes and good names. That's what we look for. Yeah. Boston, Utah. Utah 8-point home favorites in Salt Lake, 210 the total in this one. It feels on surface like a lot of points to be given Boston here, but their road performances have been so weird. I mean, they lose to Cleveland, they get crushed by Atlanta, they lose as favorites to San Antonio. They did beat Toronto in their last road game, but I don't know if I see enough in terms of their road play to get me excited about taking Boston here. Now, Utah's beaten up Portland, who are shorthanded, and New Orleans in their last 2 home games, and they did lose to New Orleans as big favorites right before that and lost to Memphis as double-digit home favorites too. So I don't really love trusting Boston in this game, and they've actually struggled with the Jazz in recent meetings, and I'm not sure I'm ready to lay it either with Utah. So pass for me, I think. What do you think, Skee? Boston, Utah?
I'm hungry. That's what I'm thinking. If you see me dozing off or glancing off, I need some food in my system. But Utah and Boston.
That's every Friday show.
Every Friday show is tough. You're right. Friday is a tough day. If I got to play this one.
Some aqua in you, bro.
You ain't got somebody in that big ass house to cook you a sandwich.
Where's your butler and your maid or your servants?
Go to the Sub-Zero fridge. Go to the Sub-Zero fridge.
I wish I had all that stuff, but
you need a Jeffrey Butler like freaking Phil and Vivian Banks had on Fresh Prince. Where's he?
Yeah, he was the shit.
He was great.
Shout out. Giving out advice.
Like a dad to those kids.
Yeah. We all need one of them motherfuckers. Real talk.
Yeah.
Like, don't bet this shit. Don't bet this shit, Wham.
Pat you on your back and shit. It's okay, son.
Hey, Ian pointed out a while ago, or a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago, that he noticed kind of how I was betting on some of these games as far as like rest advantages. And you have one here. I mean, Celtics have only covered 2 of their last 6 games. Jaylen Brown is not going to be in the lineup tonight. Utah, 3 days rest. At home, you have to – they're minus, 8? But I don't know. It's tough to go against those big rest advantages. So the only way I lean in this game is Utah. Maybe if I have to play the total, I'll go under. I'm not sure what number we're getting, but 2 top 10 3-point defenses. Neither team really playing up tempo. I have last 5 game stats pace for Boston 21st, for Utah 17th, and Boston's been playing some damn good defense lately. So I probably lean Utah, but also probably lean under.
You know what? Are you sure that's not the Banks residence or the set they used for the Banks residence on Fresh Prince that you're in right now, Skee? It looks a lot like it, to be honest with you. It really does.
He's
Even
like
the
dissecting it.
windows look similar design-wise to that show. Seriously. I think you're on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air set. You're just holding out on us here. Or what they would have used for it 25, 6, 30 years ago. Dutch, what do you think here? Boston, Utah.
Yeah, shout out to our guy Anthony. Yeah, man. This game, I pretty much agree with what y'all said. I don't know why I want to bet the under on this game, but I don't even really fuck with totals. But I looked at it, seemed like the under is the play. But yeah, I probably pretty much is back with this motherfucker. It seems like a lot of points, but when you really look at it, Utah has their way. You know how it is with Utah. They knock down that perimeter, they get going there, and it could be over real quickly. 8 points is Nathan. So yeah, I would probably lean to the home team, but yeah, I'm not betting this bitch.
All right, Wham.
Yeah, man. I think I'm trying to look through the chat here, see if anybody mentioned the play that I'm on right now, because we did cash it last time. It's Marcus Smart over 5.5 assists at plus money yet again. It's at plus 136. Can't stop going to this, man. Jaylen Brown is out as a player that's going to hold the ball. Kind of helps out my guy here to get the ball and pass it around here. So I do like this. Again, if you didn't know, it hit 7 of the last 8 times. A lot of those times are at plus money. Nobody's betting this shit but me, so I'm gonna keep going back to the well with this. Marcus Smart over 5.5 assists, but I definitely agree here with you guys. The only thing that concerns me with this bet is that this could possibly be a blowout. Obviously, it's a -8 bad spot for the Boston Celtics as well, but I think they play a little bit well in this spot here. I think they play a little bit good, so this is the way I'm going here. It's already locked in. 5.5 assists for Marcus Smart.
Nathan, right. You know better. Ray Charles like in Clarkson. I'm not mad at that either. He gets hot quickly.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point made there. All right, we got rematch time. West #1 seed. The two teams battling out for it right now, going head to head again. The rematch in Golden State, Phoenix and Golden State. Such a great rematch that ESPN said, fuck the Lakers and the Clippers. You're getting bumped. You're getting bumped like Jay Leno and David Letterman and Jimmy Fallon and all those late night talk show hosts will bump a guest last minute because they get someone better. You know, that's exactly what ESPN's doing to the Lakers and Clippers. Get out of here, guys. We don't want you. We got something better. We got Golden State and Phoenix. We're putting that on our national TV game tonight. Suns and Warriors. So here we go again with these two. Golden State 7-point home favorites, 215 the total. And that's true story, by the way. ESPN was supposed to show Lakers Clippers. That's the game they had scheduled before the season started. And they said, nope, we're switching it. We're putting Phoenix Golden State on. So here we are with these two teams. Now, look, it's a revenge spot for Golden State. I get that. But am I ready to lay 7? I mean, they've accounted for that. I understand that they're going to be looking for redemption. I get all of that. Devin Booker's not going to play. I understand that. But boy, it's no bargain with Golden State. I don't know if I want to go against Golden State in this spot, but we got to give Phoenix their props and their kudos for what they did against Golden State without Devin Booker when he left the game due to injury. CP3 took over. Ayton was a beast. Landry Shamet's making big shots. And that's the thing with the Suns. They can get different guys stepping up every single night. For the Phoenix Suns. There is some concerns with them being the back-to-back against Detroit, 114-103. It was close, a little, tough around the collar there, Dutch Wham, but Detroit snuck just inside the number there, getting 12 or 13 last night and losing by 11, 114-103. So we'll take it with Detroit plus the points last night in that game. So it is a back-to-back for the Suns. You look at the minutes distribution last night in that game, 8 and 32 minutes. Mikal Bridges did play more than maybe they would have wanted, 40 minutes out of him. So keep that in mind today. He'd not be someone I would be looking at for props in this game tonight. Jay Crowder, 24, CP3, 33, Shamet, 31. They got 27 and 21 from the Cameron law firm, Johnson and Payne. So there's a couple guys that didn't play all that much last night. So not bad, but more than anything, because I've seen this with Curry before, when he gets embarrassed and he has a bad game and a rough shooting night, you usually get the best of Steph the next time out. He had 12 points against the Raptors, and in the next game he had 25. He only had 19 against the Pelicans. The next game he exploded for 50 against Atlanta. He's just one of those guys that when he has a bad night, you're usually going to get something a whole lot better the next time out. And I'm sure you're probably going to see something like that on the home court from him. So the bet I like more than anything, either side, either total, is Steph Curry over 28.5 points tonight for Golden State. What do you think here, Skee? Warriors and the Suns, part 2.
Yeah, I look at first. I look at Phoenix. You already mentioned they're on a back-to-back. So far this season, they are 1-3 without rest. And I just, for one, I already tell you guys how I feel about these two teams. I think Golden State is the better team. Even with that win over Golden State in the previous matchup, last 5 game stats, Golden State's defensive rated #1 and top 10 rebounding team. And Phoenix is 27th rebound percentage over the last 5 games. So, it's tough. I know Ayton, he'll probably have success on the offensive end, but Golden State at home, like you said, Steph Curry's not going to play that bad again. He's not going to shoot that bad. And they have the rest advantage this time around. They had 2 days off compared to them on a back-to-back. And Golden State, don't be scared of the number, because when they win by margin. Like, there's only 2 games so far this year where, and it's the first game of the season, they won by only a couple points. And then there was another game they're on a back-to-back versus the Pistons, and they won by a couple points. Other than that, they're winning by more than 7 points per game, every other game. And I just like Golden State, man. They're the better team. You see what jersey I'm wearing today. Go Warriors.
There you go. Warriors, lay it, says Skee Profit with the Warriors tonight, -8. You're right. There's a couple examples at home where they've won by a slim margin. The Clippers, the second game of the year. You had a close win against Toronto at home. I know that was a double-digit margin. That's about it, actually. The Clipper game. That's really it. Every other home win. They blew out Atlanta's a pretty solid team. They won that one by double digits. Blew out the Bulls, 119-93 at home. So beat the Sixers although that was the Sixers B squad, but still, no, all of their home wins except that Clipper game, the second game of the year, all those home wins have been by big margins for Golden State. So there's definitely truth to that. When they win, they cover. Golden State this year, kind of like the Suns last year were like that for much of the season.
Exactly, Ian. And let me just say, I mean, to start the year, I said that's the thing. I looked at teams like the Jazz last year, like the Suns last year. Why were they covering so much by margin? It's because they good at 3 categories: rebound percentage, 3-point percentage, 3-point defense. And Golden State's been top 10 in all those percentages all year.
Yep, those are the teams that can pull away. Dutch, what do you think here? Suns, Warriors.
Yeah, man. I agree. I agree a lot with my guy with what Skee said, right? Like, I definitely believe this is a Warrior spot, and I definitely believe don't be scared of the 7. A lot of people in the chat feeling like the 7 is a lot, but believe me, it's 7 for a motherfucking reason. But I definitely don't agree with him that the Warriors are the better team. They'll be the better team tonight, but right now, rosters is rosters. When Book's in the motherfucking lineup,
he ain't though.
The Suns are a level better than the motherfucking Golden State Warriors. Now, when Wiseman comes back and Thompson, we can talk, bro. But
we can talk over that Makers.
What's that?
we can talk over that Makers.
Oh shit, bro. Yeah, man. Boy, you owe me come on, man. I'll let you shine right now. We won't bring up too much of the past. I'll let you shine right now. But yeah, just know that the Suns are a better team than the Warriors when both teams are right now this season. But this is a clear Warrior spot. I mentioned it last game when I was all up on the Suns. December 3rd, this would be the Warriors. And now, obviously, if Book was in the lineup, it wouldn't be 6.5 or 7. And then, honestly, I didn't look as much into it as knowing that they would be on a back-to-back against the Pistons even more. So I believe Zachary or someone in the chat did touch on it, that they could maybe even rest someone, Now, obviously, I believe if they didn't have the streak, CP3 or Aiden definitely would be sitting tonight. I wouldn't be shocked if one of them do, but with the streak intact, I could probably see him suiting up. But it don't fucking matter. The Warriors are going to run him out of the gym. They're too tired, bro. Bridges is not going to be able to run around like he did like he showed up the other night against Curry. He's coming off, you touched on it, 40 fucking plus minutes. Plus, he had a game against Curry where he was already fucking tired from that shit. Believe it. And you're going to get better effort. I know Poole had fucking 30 or, 28, 30 points Curry had his worst game of the year, but you're going to get better effort from everyone, included on the bench. That's going to be, in the starting lineup. Draymond, you're going to get more from Wiggins, and that bench will show up at home. But the simple fact is you're missing your best player on the team. You're on a back-to-back. You just beat this team, and you're fucking tired, man. You're just tired. And the Warriors are going to, by third, fourth quarter, they'll have a double-digit lead, and the 7 will be looking like good money. And the Warriors are 6-0 ATS at the house last 6, 9-2 ATS at the house on the year. And the Suns are 2-3 ATS last 5 on the road, 4-6 ATS last 10. So they have been winning games, but they're not good against the number here. I don't believe that they'll be in this game by the mid-third quarter.
All right, Wham.
Yeah, I see a trifecta blowout spot here as well. I'm not going to keep you guys on too long here. I just believe that, like you guys mentioned, it's a bad spot for the Phoenix Suns here. This is the first leg of a back-to-back for the Warriors here, but I think they do want to get their get-back. Bad taste in their mouth. Got to get back here. And like Skee was mentioning here, their average against the spread after a loss is plus 14. So that's against the spread after a loss. They're really going off in the next game. And at the house, the average against the spread is 8.8. So they possibly could cover this by super margin. You know what I'm saying? Not just a little margin.
Yeah, and there's some things that you like for the Warriors in terms of the chances of a bounce back. First of all, they had the most turnovers they had all year, 23 in the last game. They shot the worst percentage they have all year in the last game against Phoenix, 41.9. They did crush the Suns on the glass, and yet the turnovers and the bad shooting is what did them in. And you would think, the pendulum swings the other direction with the turnovers. They're going to clean that up, obviously shoot a lot better at home. So those are things you like that you would expect from Golden State going into this game tonight against Phoenix. Yeah, I think, Skee, you're about to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was trying to leave a little bit of meat on the bone here on the total, but nobody want to take it. So the Warriors, the Warriors is correlated with the under. When they win it by margin, they covered 15 of their 18 games. 13 of those 15 covers also went under. And they do it with their defense. A lot of people just looking at what they're doing on offense. They're a great team defense. So pay attention to that under. It's dropping for a reason.
All right, Lakers and Clippers, final game. This is the game that got the see you later treatment from ESPN tonight. We got the Lakers 3-point home favorites, 219 the total in this game. Maya, things have changed. Clipper Lakers, we don't want to put that on national TV. We want another game instead. Man, if things changed a little bit right now in the Western Conference. LeBron looks like he's going to play. He had this COVID-19 positive test. Looks like he's tested negative, though, a couple days in a row, and he's been cleared to play tonight for the Lakers. I want no part of the Clippers right now. I mean, the Clippers are an absolute shit show. I mean, I would expect LeBron to be in there tonight and play. Davis is going to play for the Lakers. I mean, the Clippers are just not good right now. They've dropped 5 straight ATS. They've lost 3 in a row to the Warriors and 2 terrible losses to the Pelicans and the Kings in back-to-back games. I understand why there's been a change of favorites here. Clippers 2-point road favorites, now the Lakers favored. I'm not betting the game, but it would only be the Lakers for me. I want no part of this Clippers team. Skee, what do you think?
Yeah, I had to, do my due diligence and just not be a homer when I first saw the Lakers as an underdog. So I did kind of get not the ass end of the line, but I got in after they were already a short favorite. But the Clippers just haven't looked good. They've won one of their last 5 games. They haven't covered one of those games. They're bottom 10 defensive rated team during that span. There's nothing really to like about the Clippers at all.
At all.
And the Lakers, they put Dwight in the lineup. They finally sat DeAndre down, and that boosted up the defense. That boosted up the energy. He was doing a lot of good things. And like you mentioned, you get LeBron back today. They were able to do it without him, but with him, I really don't see this Clippers team winning this game. So I got the Lakers pretty much money line to win this game.
Yeah,
hey, bro, they calling you Skee.
They haven't been good offensively.
They calling you Skee, bro.
Yeah.
They foul for that. My fault, Ian. My fault. They call him Skee, man. That's why.
All right, Dutch, what do you got here? Battle of LA.
That's funny, man. Yeah, man. You're, I feel, I got sort of the same feelings for both these motherfucking LA teams, but I can't lie, man. I think this is a clear Lakers spot here, and I like them a lot, to be honest with you. I do. And you know, all the hate, excuse me, all the hate on LBJ. You know, I feel like, you know, he might have a gang talking about the Lakers are better without LBJ. Come on, man. They haven't got it together with the roster. But they will be better, I know for a fact, with Dwight Howard starting over DeAndre fucking Jordan. You know, so I like that a lot. And we know what I don't like is you know, the big man Zubas really for the Clippers, and then what they bring off the bench. They're lacking down low. They're lacking really everywhere, if you ask me. From an eye test, they're not it. I mean, they got Drew Bledsoe, Reggie Jackson, PG, they're starting back. I mean, it's not it. They bring Luke Kennard and Man off the bench. It's about all they got. You know, they're streaky with PG, obviously could get hot, but I just feel like the Lakers, man, this is a clear Lakers spot. You know, the Lakers have been winning a little bit more of late too. You know, I'm finding ways to, you know, to get me to back the Lakers, to go with, you know, numbers, to go with what I see with my eyes tell me. You know, but the Lakers haven't won in LA against the Clippers, you know, since before Christmas in 2020. You know, it's been last 3 matchups have been the Clippers. So I feel like, you know, this is in-state rivalry. The Lakers are going to, you know, take that shit personally and are definitely going to want to get this game. This isn't just another game, I believe, is pretty much what I'm saying, especially after you're losing 3 in a row. There's only one king in LA, and he'll show it tonight. They are 4-2 straight up in their last 6, so they have been playing a little bit better basketball. Now, the Clips, last 7 games, they're 2-5 straight up, losing to the Pelicans twice and the Kings. Their 2 wins are against the back-to-back they had against the Mavs and the fucking Pistons. I mean, they're not playing good basketball. Now, I just look, you know, simply for the Lakers to outplay them from start to finish. I really do. Look, you know, for Monk, Ellington, get in the line, knock down some open shots. I believe Avery Bradley will be back in the lineup, help out from a defense perspective, you know, but just attack, knock down some open shots. This should be an easy win here for the Lakers at the house.
All right, over 300 live viewers. Hit that like button. Make sure you do that. It's all Laker love today. We're all getting along, holding hands, singing Kumbaya.
Oh, like, man, Kumbaya, motherfucking yeah.
We're all getting along with our
it's
Laker love today. Yeah. All right, Wham.
Let me just make sure I'm not muted here. I'm good. All right. So yeah, man, I agree with everything my brothers are saying up here, man. You already know. It's Lake Show for sure in this spot. Like Dutch said, we lost the last 3 times. This is an advantage for us in this situation. We got all our guys back. We got guys that's really ready to prove themselves against this other road teams and the Clippers. We all know we've been having an arms race as well. Who's been wanting to come here? It's a little bit deeper than just this one game, of course, but we get a chance to tap that ass right here and again. Now, obviously, I think they're gonna regret ESPN for switching, because this is going to be more of a competitive game than what you're going to see in the last game. So you're going to see a better game here for sure, but don't get it twisted. This guy right here is going to go the fuck off, and that's the problem here now that we got Dwight there. And I think Dwight double-double plus 350, man. If he could get out of foul trouble, bro, plus 350, that's a big
impact, man.
That is. That might get 3 fouls.
That might cash in the first half. That might be my best bet. I haven't really dropped on it yet, but I'm looking at that right now. Like, that's really sexy here. So I like the Lakers a lot.
Last game.
Yeah, and I think he could get it as long as he's out of foul trouble. You already know he'd be hacking and shit, but other than that, he could get that easy just off of lobs alone. So I like the Lakers. I took them at -1.5. This is definitely a best bet for me. I think the best spot, if you're scared of the number, man, just take the money line, pay the juice, whatever you get there, -130, or I believe it's at 3 now. So you may get -150 or something like that. Yep. But hey, Lakers, man. This guy as well, he got the advantage, bro. Don't be a bitch, bro. Get your ass out there and do your work.
Have a big game.
All day. No day-to-day Davis today. We live and direct.
That's absolutely right. All right, hit the like button. We're going to have Best Bets, Freshest Look. We got the college basketball show coming up, Connor and Maxwell right after us. So we'll get to Best Bets, Freshest Look in just a second right after this. All right, we're up against it time-wise, so we'll just let you know. Promo code PubSports, mybookie.ag, manscaped.com. Go to Southtown 101 if you're in San Antonio. Support the sponsors that support the shows and the channel. Best bet, freshest look. Let's start with Skee. Best bet.
Muted, bro. Yeah.
Oh, now he's glitching. Now he's frozen.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. Go next. Go somebody else.
All right, Dutch, freshest look.
Yeah, freshest look, man. You know we're going La La Land, man. You know what town it is. Motherfucking Lake Show. Fuck the motherfucking Clippers. Full game, first half, whatever y'all want to do. I got it at -1. Get the -1.5. Get the 2. Lakers gonna handle it to start to finish. That's right, the motherfucking Lakers, baby. Yeah, man.
All right, Lakers there. Freshest look for Dutch. Wham, best bet.
Man, I could make it a trifecta there, but I'm going to stay away from that. I did take the Dwight double-double, so that is going to be official. But I'm going Marcus Smart over 5.5. It hit 7 of the last 8 times, plus 136, over 5.5 assists.
All right, there we go. Best bet for Wham. Skee, best bet.
Yeah, I see the jersey, man. Golden State in a blowout. Golden State -7. Easy.
Golden State -7 against Phoenix. Best bet. My best bet's going to be the player prop from that Golden State Phoenix game. Steph Curry over 28.5 points. I've seen it time and time again. One of the worst shooting nights he can possibly have one game, and he goes crazy and nuts the next. And I think you could see that tonight from Steph. He's going to be cooking, I think, over 28.5 points. Steph Curry, player prop best bet for me on this Friday NBA card. That'll wrap up this edition of the NBA Pub Hub. Net Profit College Basketball, Maxwell Smart, Connor Mack coming up. Make sure you join me, Connor Mack, Big Ragu, DJ Big Boss for the Saturday College Football Kickoff Show tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern. Conference Championship Saturday. We'll get you ready for it right here on Pub Sports Radio. For Skee, for Wham, for Dutch, this is Ian Cameron. Have a great Friday night and a great weekend. Enjoy the games and good luck. We'll see you Monday right here again for the NBA Pub Hub on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man, you know where it's at, Pub Sports Radio. Be sure to like and subscribe and share the video. Hit the motherfucking like button, and let's hit these motherfuckers straight over the head. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed. Let's start putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. La La Land, baby. Lake Show. Yeah, man.